Comic-Con is still going strong. It's Friday afternoon. Sorry, voice. Uh, so I just want to do a quick video because the Massive Verse panel has ended, and we had a lot of cool information, and I wasn't able to be at the panel. I missed out on it, sadly. And I was like, well, at least I have enough time to at least do a video going over everything announced. And then before I head out, so this would be like a quick video, like no screen grabs. I'm going to throw some images in of what I'm talking about because I really don't have a lot of time. Plus, I'm down to 3 pickles, okay? 3 pickle spears left. Obviously, I still have the big jar of dill chips, but I'm not about dill chips right now. I'm trying to, get the 0 calories. Come on now. Can't beat pickles, okay? That's not bad. So, a lot of stuff was announced at this panel. And first off, for everyone who checked out the my review of Radiant Black 25, I have a amendment to make because there were 2 covers, A and B, but all of us were speculating that cover B was a what if story. It's not the case. Actually, cover A is the choice if Marshall is Radiant Black, and cover B is the choice if Nathan is Radiant Black. And for the next 5 months, A and B are going to be 2 parallel timelines of the Catalyst War from 2 different perspectives. So everything that happens in cover A going forward for the next 5 months is Marshall as Radiant Black. And everything for the next 5 months as cover B is Nathan as Radiant Black. So now it's not a what if. They're both technically canon. And they even revealed the secret of the Catalyst War is that it is actually an event told across timelines. So I was like, oh, I need to know, because both timelines are active now after issue 25. So we have to wait until this is over to see who actually is Radiant Black. David said the different choices that these characters make and how they impact their worlds is at the center of what the event is about. And in the end, we will learn who won the vote and who will be Radiant Black going forward. And then the little stinger there from Kyle, that is, if either of one of them survives. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I was all hyped up. I was like, Marshall, yeah. Now I'm like, I got to keep reading. But it's great. I love this, actually, because, because there's a cover A, cover B. I don't know if there's going to be variants or this and that. At least I know, hey, cover A, cover B, and they're connecting. Anyone who knows from all my podcast episodes, anytime I talked about Power Ranger comics, Marvel in general, I love connecting covers. Moving on, in December, we are getting a Shift one-shot. That's right. And Shift is actually going to appear in the Catalyst War. And I was like, this is awesome. So the Shift one-shot is actually going to be a collection of the 4 stories that they did in the Image anthology. As well as there's going to be a new 5th story from Daniel DiNiculo, and Kyle, to round out the set. The first 4 stories loosely are chronologizing the building of a criminal startup, and those were titled Founders Meeting, Launch Day, Working Capital, and Off Brand. And their new story, and they even said what every small business owner dreams and or dreads. The 5th story is called Selling Out. And format-wise, the one-shot will be the same size as the Supermassive one-shots. So I like that because I don't have it with me, oddly enough. The Supermassive one, their one-shots aren't as big as like a trade, but they do have a spine on them, which is nice. And it looks good on the shelf, obviously. So it's really cool that we're getting a Shift one-shot, but also the fact that Shift is going to be in the Catalyst War. That's actually pretty cool. Like, that's a little, might be something that some people may gloss over, but I think that's awesome. Next up, actually, I have that near me. If you haven't already, pick up your trade of Inferno Girl Red 1 because Inferno Girl Red Book 2 has been announced, and it's going to be getting a Kickstarter campaign very soon. And the page is actually up for pre-launch. I'll put the link in the description below, so you can actually, click on it and be notified and sign up for when that goes live. Do not miss out on it. I was able to get the Kickstarter edition, which was the hardcover that came with the Inferno Girl Red Ash can. If they do that with book 2, that's an easy purchase for me. I'm curious to see what some of the stretch goals are going to be, what's going to be included, because I do have a video for the podcast episode going over this very soon. I actually have to finish my other one first, as the kitten goes after my tripod. Sorry about that, cat went after it, but I'm really curious to see what the stretch goals are going to be, what's going to be included. This is a no-brainer of a Kickstarter backing from me, and anyone who knows me knows how I feel about crowdfunding and kickstarting. I've been burnt in the past, but this is happening, okay? And so, like I said, link will be in the description for that if that's something you want to check out. Next up, we got some Rogue Sun. Even though Ryan Parrott could not be at San Diego Comic-Con, we did get a look at some new designs for Abel and for the next Rogue Sun arc. I love the artwork. I love the design. I mean, we got a big axe, and I'm like, oh. And we got, like, these designs look so good. I need to catch up. I've been pulling Rogue Sun. I just bought volume 2 of the trade. So I really need to catch up. The Rogue Sun's one of the few that I'm actually behind on, just because there's so much time to, like, read comics. And so I need to catch up, but I like the new designs for the next arc, and I'm all for it 100%. And next up, we got some Dead Lucky previews of I think that's pronounced Pyre, and it's called Pyre Rises. It's the new antagonist of the Dead Lucky, and I'm just like, I like this design. Like, the Dead Lucky is such a sleeper hit. I know a lot of people actually you know what? I might as well just bring all the books over, because I have them, because I was working on some videos. I got the Rogue Sun Volume 1. That's Volume 2 and Radiant Black Volume 4 on their way. But the Dead Lucky is like a sleeper hit. Like, I know a lot of my friends are talking about it. I've got a few of my friends into it, and it's just so good. And I really like the design of this new villain or antagonist. And I'm curious what's going to happen, because I'm all for it. Also, they did at the panel give a preview for issue 5 of No One. Especially for, like, the podcast. There's a video that actually had No One interrupt it. I'm not going to play it. It's on Kyle Higgins' social media or on the Black Market Narrative. Go check it out. I thought that was a really cool video. But mainly, the big thing. We're getting a flipping card game. Yeah. Like, this is insane. They At the end of the panel, they announced that they have partnered with everyone at Solus Studios to make a card game, and it's titled the Massiverse Fighting Card Game. So it's playing in the same style as their card game Solus Studios put out called Paragon System. So there's going to be 8 playable characters: Radiant Black, 001, Rogue Sun, Cataclysm, the Dead Lucky, Pyre, Inferno Girl Red, and the Griffin. Each character deck features art pulled directly from the comics, plus character card art by Dan Mora. Dan Mora doing character card art. So I'm going to have Dan Mora artwork on cards. Okay, listen. I love all the artists and everything. I've been working on everything in the Massiverse. When it comes to comics, I follow writers and artists, and sometimes characters themselves. And having cards from Dan Mora in a card game, a fighting card game. Now, that we got a preview of some of the cards and how they look. This is actually going to be coming to Kickstarter later this year. And once again, they have we could sign up for notifications when that Kickstarter goes live. I'm telling you right now, whatever the highest tier is, As long as it's not like more than what my rent would be in 1 month, I'm I'm getting whatever the highest tier is for this. Okay, um, you call me a fanboy, call me like a shill because I get called that a lot actually recently. I don't care. I'm backing this at the highest tier that is rational that I could justify to my wife so she doesn't get mad at me. But other than that, like this, a lot of good announcements. Like though, and everyone who was actually at the panel got two like two decks. I believe it was for like Radiant Black and Rogue Sun to play the game. Right then, and like it's very easy to play. Like literally 10 minutes, within 10 minutes of learning it and everything, you can just start playing. And I'm jealous, obviously, but I this is insane. Like I love this so much. Like that's really cool. So yeah, a lot of big announcements from the Massiverse at San Diego Comic Con for their panel. They also had a really cool San Diego Comic Con exclusive poster that they were doing. That they're giving out at the panel. That they also you could get signed at the signing after. I think that's really cool. I want that poster. I have the base regular Massiverse poster that I got at Power Morphicon, plus the all yellow and black one or gold and black that came out that they gave away after their panel there. But I believe it was also at C2E2. So once I get this poster, I'll have all of them. I have the yellow one signed by a majority of everybody. So, but this other poster looks really good. I'll put that up on the screen as well for everyone to see. But yeah, this was really cool. If you're a fan of the Massiverse, let me know what you think. If you're just getting into the Massiverse, let me know where you like if you want any like advice on where to start. I tell everyone you can kind of pick and choose which run. Like if you want to just read the Dead Lucky, that's cool. If you want to just check out Infertile Girl Red, or go check out the Massiverse 2022. They did a reprint of it that was more like a magazine for like the paper stock, and in the back of it, I kind of had like a character profile for everyone that's in the Massiverse, so you can kind of get an idea of who you want to like check out. Because like I read everything from it, but there might be that one that sticks to you that gets you really into the Massiverse. And if you haven't already, you can go back and check out my first two podcast episodes I did going into the Massiverse, which kind of gives you the first episode gives you an overview of who all the characters are. The second one goes into the first two volumes of Radiant Black, and I'm about to dive into Radiant Black Volume 3 and Radiant Red Volume 1. And then I'll be jumping into Rogue Sun, The Dead Lucky, and Fertile Girl Red, because it's such a great, expansive universe, and I'm looking forward to the future and what else is going to come. So if you haven't already, go check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.